Hi and welcome back. I'm glad you could join me today as we continue to learn our letters and letter sounds. My name's Miss Bridget and I'm a teacher, and I've been teaching letters and letter sounds to children for many years to get them ready to read. And I'm excited to share this program with you as well. Do you remember what letter we left off on? Let's take a look. Last we were on the letter X. That was the KS sound. X. Do you know what comes after X? Let's look. It's Y, and here is the letter Y. Here's the capital letter and the lowercase letter. And this is a yo-yo. Yo-yo starts with Y. And the sign language for Y is to make a fist, stick out your pinky finger to the side, and stick out your thumb to the other side. It's kind of tricky because you've got to keep these three fingers down. And that is the sign language for Y. It kind of looks like a Y with your pinky and your thumb and then your arm down. That almost looks like the letter Y. So this is Y. Ya. Y says ya. That's the sound it makes. Ya, ya. Right, so we have an animal that starts with the letter Y. Did you think of what that animal might be? There aren't very many. Let me give you a clue. This animal is very big. It has two big horns and it's very shaggy. That means it has a lot of hair. Do you know what it is? It's a yak. Yak starts with the letter Y. And her name is Yolanda. Her name is Yolanda Yak. And let's make the Y for Yolanda Yak. And her cheer goes, Y-ya for Yolanda Yak. Yippee-yo-yo, yummy yams. Yams is a sweet potato. Yucky yellow yarn and you. Y-ya for Yolanda Yak. That's Yolanda's cheer. Y-ya. Now let's look in our book. Remember our book from last time? They put the X, Y, and Z all on the same page. And so let's find the things that start with Y. Yoga, that's an exercise some people do, starts with Y. Yogurt, people like to eat yogurt. Yarn, people knit sweaters and sometimes hats and mittens with yarn. This is a yo-yo, and this is called a yucca tree. Yucca tree looks a lot like a palm tree. And those are some Y things. Let's close the book and see if you can remember anything that starts with the letter Y. We're gonna write it on top of a yellow yo-yo. Yeah, yellow and yo-yo start with Y. Can you think of anything else that starts with Y? Let's think. What do you eat sometimes that starts with Y? Yogurt. Let's write yogurt. Yogurt starts with the letter Y. Can you think of anything else? What's that shaggy animal that we're learning about for the letter Y cheer? Right, he's a yak. Yak. Yak starts with a Y. Can you think of anything else? Do you know that exercise some people do? They do it on top of a special mat. Yoga. Yoga starts with a Y. Let's write the word yoga. And let's write what this is also. This is a yo-yo. I don't know if you've ever played with a yo-yo. It's a toy. It has a string on it and it's round and it goes up and down and up and down. And that's called a yo-yo. So those are some things that start with the letter Y. Now let's do our rainbow writing. Remember to grab your notebook or any piece of paper that you have and at least 3 felt pens and or 3 crayons, and they can be all different colors. That's why we call it rainbow writing. Let's start with whatever color you would like. And remember, we're going to trace the Y and the little y. This is a capital Y and a lowercase y. And we're going to start where the dot is, where the red dot is. And the first color I picked, this is kind of a light purple, or you could call it a fuchsia. We're going to start on the red dot and we're going to go down and then we're going to go down. We're making the letter V. See the letter V on top? And then we go straight down for the Y bottom. So it's first we go down one side, it's kind of a slanted line, and down the other side, and then you put the bottom on it, which is just a straight line at the very bottom of that V. And that makes a Y. The little Y is made a little differently. We start at the dot and we make that slanted line again, but for the other side, we can make that little line go all the way down to the bottom, and that makes a small Y. Now we've done it once. Pick up whatever other color you want. I'm going to try yellow, because yellow starts with Y, right? Okay, we're going to start at the red dot. We're going to go down one side and then down the other side and then make the bottom on it. And with the little one, we go down the first side and then we go down all the way down to the bottom on the second line. With the last tracing, I picked the color blue. It's a light blue. I'm going to say the letter Y when we do this one. Y, yeah. Y, yeah. Y, yeah. Y, yeah. Y, yeah. And now I've rainbow wrote my Y. You can do it many more times if you'd like. We want to do it at least 3 times to get a practice in for writing our own Ys. And now you're getting to the point where you could also probably practice writing your own on a different piece of paper. You can do that with all the letters we've done so far. You can practice writing your own after you've traced it a few times. Practice on your own piece of paper, writing your own letters. Now let's turn it over, because remember, on the back of the Y, we are going to draw something that starts with yeah sound. It starts with a Y. And I decided I'm going to, you can't see it very well, but I want to use yellow because that starts with a Y. I'm going to make a circle again and I'm going to color it in. I'm going to color my circle in yellow. Maybe you can see that a little bit better. So I'm making a yellow circle and I'm going to make a black string on it coming off my circle. And that is a yo-yo. You might not have ever seen a yo-yo before, but I bet you could find a picture of one if you haven't played with one, and you can see what they are. And I drew a yo-yo, so I'm going to write the word yo-yo next to it. You can have a grown-up write the word next to your picture. Whatever you want to draw is okay. Maybe you wanted to draw yogurt. Maybe you wanted to draw one of those yucca trees. You can decide whatever you want. It's okay. All right, so now we've done the cheer, we've done our rainbow writing, we've looked in the book. Now I'm going to share some interesting facts about yaks with you. My preschoolers taught me some interesting things about yaks, and it's in this book called Children on Safari, Animal Facts A to Z, taught by children. And this is a book all about the interesting animal facts we learned throughout the year when we did our animal cheers. This one is what they knew about yaks. Cameron said yaks have their babies in the spring. They only have one baby at a time. Claire said they can have their babies when they're 3 or 4 years old. Braven said they have a baby every other year. Sonia said the baby is called a calf. Reed said the baby stays with their mommy for 1 year. Susie said the horns on their head point up. Kate says their horns are really long. Allie said they are not meat eaters. They eat leaves, grass, twigs, and if they're thirsty, they eat snow and ice. Andrew said their horns are thick and their fur is thick. It keeps them warm in the snow. Max said they live in herds. That's a group. A group of yaks is a herd. Maylin said they are great climbers. Joseph said they are really steady and they never fall. And Harper said they look like a walking carpet. They're so shaggy and furry, they look like a walking carpet. And Nash said people shave them for clothes and blankets, just like we do for sheep. They shave yaks too. And here is a shaggy looking yak with its big horns pointing up. Look how big that creature is and how furry. It does look like a walking carpet. It's hard to even see its face and eyes. And that's a yak. They're very interesting creatures. Okay, now remember how you can go around your classroom or your home and find things that start with the letter Y. It has to make you say yeah at the beginning. And I did that around my house. Y like X is tougher to find. It's tough to find things that start with the Y. I'll show you some that I found. One is something that you eat. Maybe you eat it for breakfast or lunch. Mine is vanilla. Do you know what that is? That is yogurt. I put some white vanilla yogurt in a bowl. Yogurt starts with Y. So that's one thing I found. I'll pick up my bag and see what else I have. This is something people knit with. Do you know what it is? Yarn. This is called yarn, and people knit with it. They might make a sweater or hat or mittens out of it, maybe a blanket to keep you warm. Yarn starts with Y. This is a color. Do you remember what color starts with Y? I'm actually wearing it today too. Yellow. Yellow starts with Y, and this is a yellow block. Yellow starts with Y. Let's see what else we have. This one is so big and so heavy. I put it on the ground and I'll lift it up and show you. This is something people do yoga on. You roll it out and it gets really long, and it's called a yoga mat. And yoga mat starts with the letter Y. Maybe you've done yoga before. I do yoga. I like doing yoga. So those are some Y things. Before you go, let's do the letter Y cheer another time. Let's do the sign language. Make a fist, put your pinky out and your thumb out, and try and keep your other fingers down. And here's the cheer. Y-ya for Yolanda yak. Yippee yo-yo, yummy yams. Yucky, yellow, yarn, and you. Y-ya for Yolanda yak. And remember, if all you remember is Y-ya for Yolanda yak, that's great because you got the ya sound. And we want to learn those letter sounds. We have to learn them before we can start reading because we have to be able to sound out words. And Y is ya. So just try and remember that. Thanks for joining me. I love it when we can spend time together. I love teaching you all about letters and letter sounds. And next time, we'll be on the very last letter of our alphabet. Do you know what the last letter of the alphabet is? I bet you do. It's not Y anymore. It's Z. Z says zzz, almost sounds like a bee buzzing. Buzz ends with a Z. Zzz. It kind of tickles your tongue when you do that. There's an animal that starts with a Z, and I bet you'll guess what it is. And we will see that animal next time on our last letter of the alphabet. We'll have done the whole alphabet. That's so exciting. So I'll see you next time. I can't wait. Until then, bye.